Hi everybody, welcome to your midway part of the week. Let's see what's happening in the crazy world of Marvel Contest of Champions, shall we? At this moment in time, we're going into this very much lull period of MCOC. It's 2 weeks in, week 3, or the end part of week 3, which is next week, or yeah, I'd say 10 days, 9 days from now. Yeah, 9 days from now when we get the next live stream. We're largely in this kind of like 2-week dead space of side quests, maybe a tease of a champion by the end of this week. Maybe it's going to be early part of next week. But that's the thing. There's just not much that's being kind of revealed. Nothing's been talked about. No kind of improvements. We're waiting for just info on things. So it's not bustling with info. But there's definitely been some interesting things over the last 24 hours. If it's the, potential ban wave, it's other things. There's some stuff happened. But first of all, a bit of a warning to people that play the PC version. There's still bugs and issues, things that I found out from the beta, which I did give feedback to Kabam out when I was playing the beta. The issue of the early progression in some of these kind of click and claim elements of early progression through the game sometimes don't work, right? That's a problem. I had it when I think I was using controller and then switched to PC and keyboard, keyboard and mouse to kind of like click on this to claim it, and it just was not working. There's still a lot of things to be flushed out with the PC version, and I hope that gets sorted out before the game gets released on Steam, because at that particular point, that's when it goes out to non-MCC community players. And there's probably like some new people that have come to the game, new community members, but largely it is going to be current MCOC or returning MCOC players rather than brand new players. So yeah, not great if you do see this, and hopefully Kabam are able to rectify some of these little bugs here and there with the people. And now let's look at what bugs were found out of last week and what will be kind of rectified going into this week, and of course future updates. With the I love that Kabam are doing this. It's the Trello Board kind of like update list. This just means that it's a little bit more easy to kind of like digest. So we've got under investigation, rare cases when Bastion is attacking his power reroutes is not properly accounting for starting combat power rate changes. Power thief miss mode is bypassing immunities to power steal. Wow. Use it or lose it node is using power drain debuff, therefore interacting with another modified by debuffs. Korg is currently gaining rock stacks when his personal purify triggers rather than when that purify removes debuffs. Now I don't know if that's something that was affected by the recent raids, nightmare raids, but I'll have to see. Falcon's lock on is reducing evade ability accuracy by twice as much as intended. Really? I thought he was meant to do it. Negasonic Teenage Warhead can attempt to trigger her precognition evade while stunned. Yeah, that's not good if you're facing off against a defender version of that one. Inevitable power and efficiency node stagger immunity is only removing one stagger. And there's a few others as well, like Spider-Man's synergy with Doc Ock allows him to bypass all positive physical resistance all the time. Wow, there you go. Zola can put opponents to sleep if attacked during his special attacks. Of course, not great from a defensive perspective. And yes, there's also the Okoye PI is currently too high. That is actually going to be fixed in a future build, which Kabam have acknowledged to say have a fix for it. Requires a client update, so it will be fixed in the next build. Right, so that's good news. And there's fix live for a few things. Phoenix Nova Flames dealing more damage. Atomic Synergy is not granting Phoenix any Phoenix charges. And Professor X's synergy with Cyclops, was kind of like that's been sorted out, right? That's been sorted out. And there's something with Rintrah as well. We'll see what happens next week, but these are all the things that are being improved and also will be fixed in future updates. Let's now do a quick little mop-up session on the Twitch drop situation. Hopefully this is the last time I think we'll ever have to talk about it, because hopefully Kabam have got themselves together in the future with it. Because coming out of like the weekend, Friday when this post was put, and then Saturday when I covered it because this was very late on Friday, we had this here, which of course I made a mention of, and there's been since then a further response from Kabam. Kabam kind of responded on some stuff, especially some people kind of referring to Kabam being lazy. But anyway, this is the sentiment right here. While everyone who watches the live stream is able to earn the drops through Twitch, claiming them requires connecting their Kabam ID to your Twitch account. In speaking with the engineers, this is the more common reason we're seeing for claims that don't reward in game. Now we showcased from my footage, from you other people that have did the same thing and noticed that you had both things connected and you just weren't getting your rewards. This is of course feedback to Kabam to then resolve it, and it's still something that hopefully next time they do a live stream that they've got everything sorted. So when I think it was somebody, well, this person said the first time it failed, they had an entire month to fix it, and they didn't. 3 months in a row with no fix just shows Kabam's laziness. There's been so Kabam, Dave, I do find it a bit kind of like, it's a bit rude to say like Kabam's laziness. It's just, and I'm sure people will say, well, it's Kabam's laziness. You have to look at it from a point of view of like, hey, you work. Person there, you watching this video, you work, right? When you're trying to get something fixed within your workplace, people that manage kind of like know exactly the same thing. I'm the same thing. Like, part of my job is to manage a lot of things, but what I have to manage is hoping that party A, which is a company, and party B, which is another company, maybe outsourced company. You go to company A and go, hey, this broke. Like, what's the deal with it? And company B, still associated with the same kind of medium, go, yeah, it's not us. It's something else. It's them. And you're sat in the middle going, right. And in this scenario, what are you talking about, Rich? Put it towards this game. Right. Twitch, engineers at Kabam, right? Engineers at Kabam say it's this. Twitch would say it's this, right? And the community team, Dave, is stuck in the middle. So we're stuck in the middle opposite each other, like community and Dave, going, well, where's the fix? Who's the fixing it? What's going on here? And I think that's the case. Like, you never really kind of know like who's the responsible. Dave is responsible for a few things going wrong, but then there's other things. If the engineers say no, it's community, then you're at this kind of like massive cluster F where nobody's taking responsibility, and we're just kind of like going, who? Well, come on, the community is just going, well, fix it, please, for the love of God, fix it. Anyway, Kabam, Dave says in this sentiment, this sentence and paragraph right here, that he's first of all at fault for the first issue with daylight savings time. He did own up to that and made kind of like reference of that mistake. The other issue was what was put in place to do the live looping. The live looping is to help out those that come late to streams, not by their own fault. It's just that they can't like come late to streams. Like, who wants to turn up to a live stream for MCOC at 2 a.m? But you do want to watch it back, like watch it with breakfast or on a Saturday afternoon when you finish work, because you might work retail and have to work through the day, whatever, right? You can watch it at your own volition and get back the rewards and drops and feel part of the community, because that's always been what I'd hoped that Twitch drops would be about. Anyway, on the situation of May 2nd, Dave says that the issue of players getting partial drops or not at all after claim was the actual first time there was a wide functional issue like this. Again, we comped and our team got right on it and made some changes. However, May was an outlier month in that we had a mid-month stream, as well as so we tried again. If I remember rightly, I think Kabam said that they're not able to fix it. It would actually take like an entire month into the next stream to actually get resolved. Can't remember though if that's the case. Now, albeit better than the last time, for many there was still a significant number of people that had issue, which we addressed in our post about the drops and Kabam ID. I don't mind taking responsibility for shortcomings, but to suggest a problem just over 3 weeks old is actually 3 months old, and that this team is just being lazy is not something I'm willing to concede. I'm not often lazy, but when I am, it definitely looks like solving issues and testing new solutions and providing compensation. Stay thirsty, my summoners. Thirst trap. And also, the only reason we got code was because people complained about not getting the drops. You're welcome. People complain about complaining had nothing to do with it. People complain about lots of things. Doesn't mean we just give things away based on the metric. We ask players to come watch the live streams, earn drops. They earned them but didn't receive them. The only right thing to do there was compensate and make sure people got what they earned. And I think this is all about, like, what's important about community is allowing people access to be part of something, and being part of something is the live streams. That's why I've liked the fact that we have this live loop return. But mainly, if we're all experiencing as a community the same problem, then we can see a solution. This is where I find, you know, when here, like, if people didn't complain about not getting drops, you guys wouldn't know that there was an issue with the drops, is my point. From the post earlier that said it mostly user error, it seemed the Kabam assumption was for this last stream, the drops didn't work, nor because something was broken, but because people didn't have their accounts properly linked. That's my point. The fact that the community complained about not being able to receive drops, and probably not due to the accounts not being correctly connected, led to you guys giving out a code because it's clear there was a more widespread issue. It didn't have to have to do with the account connections. Spot on. Like, it's just giving that level of feedback to Kabam, like, look, you have a problem at the moment. We're not, yes, okay, we are moaning because we want free stuff, but like the free stuff's out there from a community, you know, congregating on that live stream. I love the live streams. I honestly really enjoy the live streams, but I think it just adds a bit more spice and interest. This is why 12,000, like between 10 and 12,000 concurrent viewers are now coming out to those Twitch live streams, because it's a testament to people's interest, but also getting the rewards, but also staying there and like listening to what's coming in to the game and getting people excited around it. That's why they're doing well, and I just hope that they come to a point of fixing this, so it's like, you know, no issues in the future. That's what I'm hoping for. Just because, like, I'm sure Kabam would love to save some community time and team time that would need to be devoted to compensation promo codes, and just get on with what they enjoy. We'll see if that's the case when we've got the next live. Okay, now we're going to end the show on this. Now, at the point of recording the MCN for today, which is at 10 PM UK time on Tuesday, the 20th of May, and I have been reached out by a few people on this one. The pre-registration codes don't seem to be going out for the second wave. So the fact of this was, if you registered after the 12th of May, I think it was after the 12th of May, for the MCOC PC launch, you should get your codes on May 19th. A lot of people that did that are not getting their codes on, or hadn't got those codes on May 19th. And there could have been a delay, but from the most part, I can see people that are pre-registered. This is, of course, is proof here of a particular player pre-registering that they had not received, or many players have not received their particular rewards. This is, of course, evident here. You can see didn't get my email when signed. Not sure what happened because I signed in a linked game. And yep, today the email arrived with a code. This is another one. Email arrived with a claim to get the launch. I understood that you could register. Oh, this is something different actually. This is kind of a part 2 to this. That yes, the people from the night that was expecting to see codes didn't receive them. But this is a funny one, right? The email arrived with a code to claim. I understood that you could register multiple email addresses to claim multiple times, but I tried to claim the new code and it says you have reached the coupon redemption limit. Why do you offer register email addresses for those who don't have an account? They should allow multiple requests. And this is a good... What? When did they ever say you'll get the rewards multiple times per email sign up? If that was the case, people would have registered 50 different emails to get 57 star crystals. That's just common sense, right? And the response to that is, I had hope. Why? So I love it when people are so adamant. I respect the confidence of a player that they thinks they're going to get multiples of that one. Yeah, whatever. It's funny. It was just funny. You would stop at 50. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, what are your thoughts on some of the topics that have been raised? And yeah, just go and check out the stuff, link in the description and stuff. Anyway, I'm off. Have a great day, and bye bye.